Welcome back to Halo Halo. I'm Kat Iniba, and you are watching this show with the latest in entertainment news and lifestyle features with my very own Asian Pacific American twist. In the studio today are cast members and the creator of a web series titled Misguidance, and they are making their ways through various film festivals or web festivals from Atlanta to Toronto, Miami, and they've recently been nominated and have become an official selection at the LA Web Fest. Meet the creator and lead actress, Miss Sandy Yu, and also the co-actor, Paul Masterson. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on all of the success of this web series.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's hilarious. It's entertaining, very quirky.
Glad you like it.
Sandy, I'm going to start with you because I know you're the creator of the series. How did you find the passion to start it?
Well, the idea just came about through conversation with friends, you know, and then this character about a girl is trying to give advice but is terrible at it, kind of like, oh, there's something funny about that. So I wanted to create a show based on her.
I think you should just take one day at a time. Just turn that frown upside down, all the way to downtown.
Yeah, and I thought, you know, there's not really a show like that where there's an Asian American lead, and so I thought it would be a really good platform.
Yes. So it's the lead character is a young lady who wants to become a school counselor, right?
Yes, and guidance counselor.
Guidance counselor. Do you have any experience in that field or with kids?
No, I mean, I grew up with my aunts were teachers, so I'm familiar with the school dynamic. So I think that's the only really, you know, experience I have. But no, I've never wanted to be a guidance counselor or anything like that.
And this is the first film or web series that you've created.
Yes, first time writing, first time creating anything like this.
What was that process like? Because it's basically you're creating this whole different world and characters, right? What was that process like?
It was hard at first. I mean, just because I just wanted to write. I thought, you know, it would be really empowering to start writing, you know. And I started just writing with this character. I thought it was going to be a short. And it turned out, like, you know, just the story just expanded and more characters came into play. So I thought it would be really great to just have a web series, you know.
Speaking of characters, Paul, your character is hilarious.
Thank you.
How did you tackle that role?
Well, I mean, there was already a lot that was written there, and then we had our table reads, and you know, I just used my imagination of it. I mean, Sandy had already created all these situations, and I started throwing ideas of, hey, you know, do you think it'd be funny if? And then just in creating that world and kind of spending my time imagining what my life would be as Counselor Jerkins, it just made sense to start playing around with things, with clothing choices, with just interactions with different relationships.
Head Counselor Jerkins, chin up and let the games begin. I mean, welcome to your hell.
Chief Counselor? I'm pretty sure he's
You know, Sandy built a wonderful sandbox that we all came in and played with, and when you have great people to work with who are improvisers and who are open to collaboration, you just start of riffing, and that's it's like joking around with friends. You come up with funnier and funnier jokes.
I can see the chemistry with all of you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, what was the process like? Because I heard that it took 8 days to record 8 episodes. Did you have extra time to rehearse, or was it pretty much on the go on your feet?
No, actually, we just had one official table read, and when everybody met everybody that one time, and we had a couple weeks left to shoot, and we just kind of did it, you know, working with professionals here.
It was a fast process.
Yes,
That's very rare. You guys are professionals. Now, what was the most challenging part of filming? I'll start with you, Paul.
I don't think there was anything particularly. I mean, it was just a case of we were shooting a lot in a small amount of time, and a lot of us had other jobs or other projects. So I think the hardest thing was just being on set at 8 o'clock in the morning when you maybe have gotten off of work at 4 o'clock in the morning. But I think, you know, it was really a joy, because I think maybe the hardest part was, oh, we don't get to play around with another option there. But it was a great problem to have, of just everybody was so generous of spirit and was there to play and help share a story. So I think that was the toughest thing. If you wanted to go back and try something else that was funny, but you just got to keep moving when you don't have time or budget to keep playing around. But
How about for you, Sandy?
I think it's playing different roles, you know, as a executive producer, casting even. I was in the casting process and being the actor and the writer. I think that was a little bit challenging, but it was very rewarding at the end, you know, working with these wonderful people. So,
what was your favorite scene?
oh, man.
I think one of my favorites was the outside dancing scene of. And probably we shorted it down the conference room scene, where just sort of where I was both supporting and inserting, undermining Nilly, but it was just a joy, the entire process. It was just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I mentioned that it's making waves at WebFest. Why do you think it's resonated so well with the audience?
I think it's just because it has a lot of heart, you know, I think. And that's exactly what I would want, you know, for people to watch it and be able to relate to it, you know, and have fun with it, you know. I think that's one reason, you know, one of the many, I hope, you know. And also just seeing a different face, you know, a different look, you know. So I think that's
I think everybody feels a little out of place sometimes, you know. I think regardless of what you're doing, and I think and not really understanding and kind of trying to thinking that you're going to achieve one result with what you're doing, of, oh, I've got this great thing to say, and maybe the girl now will you know, go on a date with me, and then it completely lands flat and she gets insulted, and you're like, oh, I think everyone's kind of been there. And so I think you can tell when people are, it's very real, and it's fun and it's playful. I think and there's nothing mean-spirited, even in the undermining.
I don't know, Mr. Jerky.
But I mean, I think you can tell. I feel like it's all part of the story. There's nothing really. I think one of the things I also really like about it is it's part of that. I don't particularly like comedy that is at the expense of anyone.
Yes.
And I think that's the thing of, even when there's all of the individuals in the story are working on something. You know, they all have something that they're trying to fix or trying to improve, and none of them are just coming in and kind of like knocking over people's lives and saying, you know, I
so
messed
true.
you up.
So true. Now, for the viewers, where can they go to see the web series?
It's out on YouTube.com. Channel is Misguidance TV, so that's youtube.com/misguidancetv, and it's also streaming on streamnowtv.com/misguidancetv.
Very short. It's only 8 episodes. I'm looking forward to a second season, I hope, because I want to know what happens to, you know. I won't say, but to everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Congratulations on everything.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Again, for more information on Misguidance and to catch their very first season, make sure to check out their YouTube channel at Misguidance TV. Time for a quick break, but don't go anywhere, because we have more entertainment and lifestyle news after the break.